Good afternoon. Today's practical is total and differential WBC count and the other leukocytic disorder. Competency of the today's practical is enumeration and description of causes of the leukopenia, leukocytosis, lymphopenia and leukemoid reaction. Learning objective of today's practical is enumeration of the increase and decrease count of the total WBC, enumeration of the increase and decreased differential leukocyte count, demonstration of the differential leukocyte count procedure on the Steen smear, and the interpretation of the cell counter strip. So we will see one by one. First we will see the total WBC count. It refers to as a number of the white cell in a 1 microliter of the blood or in a 1 liter of the blood if the result is expressed as a SI unit. There are two methods for the estimation of the TLC. First is a manual method by the Neubauer-Sember and second is a automated, which is done routinely in the various automated cell counter. So first we will see manual method. In the manual method, a sample of the whole blood is mixed with a diluent, which causes the lysis of the RBC and stain the nuclei of the WBC. So we can easily see the lymphocyte, neutrophil and other cells. White blood cells are counted in the hemocytometer counting chamber under the microscope and the result is expressed as a total number of the leukocyte per microliter of the blood and per liter of the blood. Equipment used are the first hemocytometer with a cover glass. Second is a pipette calibrated to deliver the 20 microliter. WBC pipette is no longer recommended. This is because the blood and diluting fluid cannot be mixed adequately inside the bulb. So the WBC pipette is not recommended nowadays and we are mixing the blood sample with a diluent in the test tube. Reagent used is a WBC diluting fluid, also called Turk's fluid, which consists of the weak acid solution which causes the hemolysis of the red cell and the gential violet which stain the leukocyte nuclei, a deep violet. The composition are as follows: acetic acid, glacial acetic acid, which is a 2 ml, gential violet 1 ml, distilled water to make is a 100 ml. Specimen used is a ADTA, anticoagulated venous blood. Heparin should not be used because it causes the leukocyte clumping. So we get an enormous result. Method of the dilution of the blood in the test tube. First, take the 380 microliter of the diluting fluid, 20 microliter of the blood. This causes a dilution of the 1 gem 20. Now we have to charge the Neubauer-Sember. First, we have to place the cover glass slip on a hemocytometer and draw the diluted blood in a Pasteur pipette from the test tube. Hold the Pasteur pipette at the angle of the 45 degree and place its tip near the edges of the cover glass and the chamber. Fill one of the ruled area on the hemocytometer sample. We have to put a Pasteur pipette at a 45 degree angle. So, less formation of the bubble under the cover glass slip, and ideally we have to charge the both side of the hemocytometer for the balance of the cover slip. Now sample should be covered the entire ruled area and should not contain any air bubbles and should not flow into the side channels. Next, allow it 2 minutes for the setting of the cells. This is a modified Neubauer-Sember. In this, the blue labeled area, WBC counting area, is used for the manual WBC count. In the last practical, we have shown that the center red area is used for the RBC count. And in the WBC count, we are using a 4-corner square. Each square has a 16 small square. So we are using this for it. Now how to count the cell? We have to count the number of the white cell in 4 large corner squares. The cells which are touching the left hand of the line or upper end of the line of the square are included in the count. So in this square, left line and upper line, the cells are there on the left line and upper line are included, while the lower line and right line are excluded from the counting in that square. Now formula for the total leukocyte count is a ND by V. N means the number of the total cells counted in the all 4 squares. D, which dilution is used, 1:20, and the volume. In our case, total leukocyte count equal to number of total cell into 50, and then we can get a result. Counting the WBC by the electronic cell counter. This is all about the manual method. Now calculation by the automatic method, which is a specific and the automated, and many sample can be run at a time, but it is a very costly. Principle: the cells are passing through an apparatus through which a current is flowing, which causes the changes in a electrical resistance, which is counted as a voltage pulse. This voltage pulse is a different for the different size of the cell, granularity of the cell, so we can get a total leukocyte count as well as differential leukocyte count in the automated cell counter. Error are of two types. Technical error, there is an inherent. Technical error means less or more blood is taken, less or more diluent is taken, improper diluting of the fluid, unequal charging of the chamber, improper counting, technical mistake in an apparatus, etc., which can be corrected by the proper techniques and the quality control measure. So for the cell count, automated cell counter, various parameter and various test is there for the quality control measurement, which should be done routinely. Inherent error. This is due to the uneven distribution of the cells in the suspension in the counting chamber, which can be corrected by the counting large number of the cell. So this is about the electronic cell counter. Nowadays, all the count done in a automated cell counter. Reference range for the total WBC count is 400 to 10,000 per cubic mm. At a birth, it is slightly higher, 10,000 to 25,000 per cubic mm. In the children below 7 years, 6,000 to 50,000 per cubic mm. For the liter unit, 4 into 10 to 9 to 10 into 10 to 9 per liter. Next is a differential count. For the differential count, blood smear is prepared by the drop of the blood followed by the staining with one of the Romanowski stain. Staining procedure detail we will see in the next practical, because in next practical we are going to perform a staining and preparing of the slide. In this practical, you were given a stain slide and you have to perform the differential count. As well as in your practical, you have to stain the smear and perform a differential WBC count in exam. Now, what is the features of the ideal smear? It should cover a two-third or three-fourths of the entire slide. It should be tongue-shaped with a smooth tail and has a both thick and the thin area with a gradual transition, which does not contain holes or any lines. In the films of optimal thickness, there is some overlap of the RBCs in much of the film, but even distribution and the separation of the red cell towards the tail. In the slide, we can see this is the ideal blood smear, tongue shaped, covering two-thirds of the slide. The same, covering two-thirds or three-fourths of the slide. This is a smear having a part containing a head pretal area and tail area. In the head there is a overlapping of the RBC, so we cannot count the cell in the head. In the tail area there is a shrinkage and separation of the RBC, and we cannot get the even distribution of the cell in the tail area, so which also not a suitable for the differential count. We are counting the cells in a pretal area in the zigzag manner. So in the center area, pretal area, you can see the evenly distribution of the RBC as well as WBC is seen, and the platelet is also seen. So the pretal area is used for the counting of the cell. Now how the cell look like on the peripheral smear. First we will see one by one. First is a neutrophil, which is having a largest diameter 20 to 16 micron. Cytoplasm is a pink. In the granules is a primarily and which has a primary and secondary granules. Nucleus is a stained dark purple blue and having a dense chromatin with a 2 to 5 lobes. So how to identify the neutrophil? Which having a multi-lobe nuclei stained with a dark purple color and having a granular pink cytoplasm, and largest cell is a neutrophil. Eosinophil. The diameter is a 14 to 16 micron. Cytoplasm is full of the granules, which is orange in color, refractile granules. Nucleus is often bilobed and stained blue with a dense chromatin. Often you can see the spectacle shaped nucleus. This is a eosinophil. Basophil is a diameter having a 14 to 16 mm. The cytoplasm is a pink, in which the granule is a dark blue and or black and obscuring the nucleus. And nucleus is a blue. Normally in the normal adult or normal person, the basophil is not visible in the peripheral smear. Its count increase in the various disease condition like a chronic myeloleukemia and other condition. Lymphocyte are of two sizes, small lymphocyte and large lymphocyte. Small lymphocyte diameter is 7 to 9 micron, which is equal to the size of the RBC, while large lymphocyte of size 12 to 16 micron. Cytoplasm is a medium blue. Granules are in the small lymphocyte, which is a agranular. In the large lymphocyte, few having a primary granules. Nucleus is a dark blue round and having a dense chromatin. This is a lymphocyte. Monocyte, which is the largest, having a diameter of the 14 to 20 micron. Cytoplasm is a grey blue and the granules is a dust like. Nucleus is a blue, large, irregularly shaped and folded, sometimes kidney shaped nuclei, and sometimes vacuoles in the cytoplasm is seen in the monocyte. So this is a monocyte. So in the smear you can see first is a neutrophil having a multiple lobe nuclei, pink granular cytoplasm. Second is eosinophil having a spectacle shaped nuclei and orange red refractile granules. Third is basophil having a large granules blue or black covering the nuclei. Next is a lymphocyte, small lymphocyte, and last is a monocyte having greyish blue cytoplasm and folded nuclei. So this is all about the differential count. The different cell have a different proportion in the cell, like neutrophil around the 50 to 60%, lymphocyte around the 25 to 30%, eosinophil having a 2 to 6%, monocyte having a 2 to 6%. So we have to count the cell from the 100 and we have to display it in a percentage, like a neutrophil 75%, lymphocyte 20%, basophil 0%, lymphocyte, eosinophil 2%, monocyte 4%, like that. So this about the differential count. Now there are different causes where the differential count increase as well as total leukocyte count increase. So we will see one by one. Causes of the neutrophilia means increase in the neutrophilic count is seen in the any acute infection like a bacterial infection, burns, blood loss, uremia, gout, physiological condition like exercise and pregnancy. Now, causes of the neutropenia. Decrease in the count of the neutrophil seen in the infection like a typhoid, miliary, TB, influenza, measles, malaria, kala azar, etc. Drugs like analgesic, sulfonamide, antithyroid, anticonvulsant, hypersplenism, SLE, and Felty syndrome. Causes of the hypersegmented neutrophil. In the last practical, we have seen the photograph of the hypersegmented neutrophil, which was shown in the megaloblastic anemia. So, seen in the megaloblastic erythropoiesis, iron deficiency anemia, uremia, infection, myelodysplastic syndrome. These are the conditions. Causes of the eosinophilia. Eosinophils play major role in the allergic condition. So its counts increase in the allergic disease, eczema, pemphigus, filaria, trichinosis, CML, Hodgkin disease, Loeffler syndrome, or tropical eosinophilia. Causes of the basophilia. Basophils increase in the CML, polycythemia vera, idiopathic myelofibrosis, hypersensitivity to the food or drugs. Causes of the lymphocytosis. Increase in the lymphocyte count seen in the chronic infectious condition like pertussis, TB, cytomegalovirus, mumps, rubella. Leukemic condition like acute lymphocytic leukemia, chronic lymphocytic leukemia, myeloma, and any drug reaction. Causes of the monocytosis seen in the tuberculosis, malaria, kala azar, autoimmune disorder, inflammatory bowel disease, myeloproliferative disorder. Now, leukemoid reaction. Leukemoid reaction are the reaction which resembles the leukemia. Thus, the white blood cell count is high and the differential white blood cell count shows the immature white cell. But the patient does not have a leukemia. So, this is called leukemoid reaction because it looks like a leukemia but the leukemia is not present. Causes are seen in the severe infection and septicemia, burns, acute hemolysis, acute hemorrhagic condition, metastatic deposit in the bone marrow, and acute poisoning. So, this all condition leukocyte count is increased. Here we will see the difference between the leukemoid reaction and chronic myeloid leukemia, which is a similar condition and we have to differentiate it. First, nature of the disease. CML is a neoplastic condition and the leukemoid reaction is a reactive. The detail of the leukemia we will see in the next practical, but the leukemoid reaction looks like a chronic myeloid leukemia, so we have taken the comparison of these two here. Clinical features splenomegaly present in the CML while the features are according to the underlying disease in the leukemoid reaction. Peripheral blood smear or total WBC count usually more than 1 lakh per cubic mm in the CML while it usually less than 15,000 in a leukemoid reaction. Other is a myelocyte neutrophilic peak, basophilia, eosinophilia, monocytosis. This all present in the chronic myeloid leukemia while absent in the leukemoid reaction, and the toxic granules in the neutrophil is absent in the CML while present in the leukemoid reaction. Neutrophilic alkaline phosphatase score is low in the CML while it high in the leukemoid reaction. Bone marrow examination shows a trilinase hyperplasia in the CML while the myeloid hyperplasia in the leukemoid reaction. Genetic analysis shows a ABR fusion rearrangement in a CML while the leukemoid reaction normal genetic analysis. So this is a leukemoid reaction and we have to differentiate it from the chronic myeloid leukemia because the treatment of these both are different. Next is the interpretation of the cell counter strip. In the cell counter strip, we will get a different value of the RBC parameter, WBC parameter and platelet parameter, and the various graphical representation of these all values is also seen. So different graph for the different parameter. So the graph is called histogram. There are a graphical representation of the numerical data of the different cell population in the cell counter called the histogram. So in the histogram, y-axis represents the cell count, while this x-axis represents the cell size. In the graph, you can see the LD lower discriminator, UD upper discriminator, baseline, and a curve. So we will see one by one. First, in the WBC chamber, we will see first RBC chamber. In the graph, you can see the 2 femtoliter to 2.25 to 30 femtoliter size of RBC and 25 to 30 to size of the RBC. So in the first, we can see the curve of the platelet and the peak for the RBC. In the strip, we will get a different graph for the platelet and the different graph for the RBC. But the overlapping, with the overlapping of the size, the here is shown in the graph, one graph. Second, for the leukocyte, it is the interpretation for the 3-part cell counter. In the last practical, we have seen the 3-part and the 5-part. 3-part showing a differential of the lymphocyte, neutrophil, and the other monocyte, basophil, and eosinophil in the 1. So, in the right side corner, the graph represents a WBC histogram. We have shown the size of the all cell. The lymphocyte is a smaller cell, so lymphocyte having a first peak. Neutrophil is a larger cell having a third peak. And in the middle there is a monocyte, basophil, and eosinophil is present. So this is of the 3-part. This is our 3-part micro cell counter strip. So by looking the strip, we have to see all the parameter: total WBC count, RBC count, MCV, MCH, platelet count, whether it is in normal range or not. We have to see the graph. The graph is normal or not, having a flat baseline, higher peak, double peak, or any flagging is present or not. So in this picture, you can see the first WBC histogram, middle RBC histogram, and the third is a platelet histogram. Last practical, we have seen the megaloblastic anemia, in which the MCV is higher than 100. In this first strip, the MCV is 113 femtoliter. So in the graph, you can see the shift of the RBC curve towards the right side, because the size of the cell is RBC is increased. While in the iron deficiency anemia, the size of the RBC decreased, MCV decreased. In this strip, the MCV is 53.3 femtoliter. So the peak is shifted towards the left, curve shifted towards the left. Same we have seen the WBC histogram normal. First peak lymphocyte, eosinophil, monocyte, and basophil between the T1 and T2, and from T2 to upper discriminator there is a neutrophil. So the neutrophilia causes a increase in the cell counter. We have seen the y-axis represent the cell counter. So the peak is higher, not broadened. Higher means the number of the cell is increased. So it is a case of the neutrophilia. In case of lymphocytosis, the lymphocyte peak is higher. In monocytosis, middle peak is higher. But this we have to confirm whether it is a monocyte or eosinophil or basophil in a peripheral smear, because middle peak is there for all 3 cells. Eosinophilia, same having a middle peak, larger peak. Now same in the platelet. Platelet count decrease. In the first severe thrombocytopenia, we can see 2 legs. So the platelet curve is flattened, we can see, and in the higher count the curve is higher, and the lower line does not touch the baseline because the overlap with the RBC count. This is about the 3 part. Now the 5 part. In the 5 part, all the 5 differential cell are displayed, and it is displayed as a scattered gram. In the first graph we can see the lymphocyte, monocyte, neutrophil, basophil, eosinophil and RBC. So according to the size of the cell and granularity of the cell, there is a different location for the different cell, and we have to interpret this. This is a strip of our cell counter, 5-part cell counter. In this you can see this is a scattergram. First is a RBC graph. You can see the single peak, while a second is for the platelet. We have to see the all platelet parameter. First RBC parameter MCV, MCH, MCHC, RDW are within the normal range or not. Second, platelet. Third, neutrophil, whether the total count is normal, differential count, neutrophil, lymphocyte, monocyte, eosinophil, basophil are within normal range or not, and interpretation of the histogram. So this all about a interpretation of the cell counter strip. In this practical, it is important to perform a differential count for you, because you will get a unstained smear. In your practical, you have to stain the smear and perform the differential count. So in the demonstration, you have to do a differential count. Thank you.